Hello, everyone. Today we'll be briefly discussing backlinks and backlink outreach. All right. So in SEO, one of the main factors in increasing your ranking is developing a good backlink portfolio. Okay, and that's basically just links from authoritative sites, uh, linking towards you, giving you a sense of credibility. Okay, so Google sees these links from sites that Google itself has deemed uh, relevant, and it goes, "Oh, maybe you're relevant too," and so it raises your ranking. So that's the idea of it. Okay, you get good backlinks and you get very, very bad backlinks. Okay, so backlinks can be as harmful as good. You can get something called a black hat backlink, and basically that's a backlink with that's a backlink from a domain that has perhaps had black hat activity on it. So perhaps if you check SEMrush and you look at that domain, and the traffic has skyrocketed up and then crashed back down, you don't want a backlink from that site to you, because that will actually hurt your uh, that'll hurt your ranking by affiliation. So it's always important to get a good set of backlinks. And today I'm going to show you kind of how to do that. So and hopefully, we'll discuss basically how to do this in the cheapest way possible for people who are on a budget. Backlinks can get very expensive, especially if you're getting other people to do the outreach or any of the finicky bits for you. So we will discuss some things you can do if you have more of a budget as well. But for the time being, I have this sheet. So this is a sheet which I've blanked out. I've created a copy of it. This is a worksheet that I created for my backlink outreach for someone that I did. And as you can see, it is extensive. Okay. So the thing with backlinking, maybe that people don't know, is really all it is it's an email campaign. It's an email outreach campaign. You're trying to find as many relevant domains and websites in your niche as possible, and you're trying to find their contact information so you can send them an email asking them to sell you a backlink. That is essentially what backlinking is all about. That's it. It's literally just outreach. Okay. The problem comes with time to do the outreach, because that can take a while. And how many emails you can find. That's it. Those are the only two barriers. And of course, how many of these people are responding to you. So as you can see here, like for instance, I've highlighted the ones here that their emails have actually bounced. They never even got to them, and you can see a lot more than you'd hope for a list of emails to do with your SEO campaign have bounced, right? And as you can see here as well, just because they opened the email, right? Just because they open the email doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to respond to you. Okay, so for instance, just to make things quick, let me create a filter here. Let me create a filter just to show you how many of these people actually responded to me. Okay, so. Right, so I'm going to get rid of everything but interested. All right, okay. That didn't work, but here you go. So two people of the entire in this entire list responded to me in time. Okay. More have since responded to me. I'd say maybe I managed to get seven backlinks out of this list, but yeah, it's yeah, 7. I mean, this is a list of 500 emails. 7 got back to me. This is a sheet that I've created just for you. Okay, I will be putting this in a. I'll be making this public for you, and I'll be putting a. I shall be putting that link in the description so you can use this for yourself. It's nothing fancy at all. It's just, I mean, you could do this yourself just like that, but just to get the ball rolling, maybe this is the push that you needed. All right. I've even added what you'll be writing to them. Okay, so I'm going to walk you through how to do backlink research, backlink outreach with no budget whatsoever. Okay, and this is what equals man hours. So expect to spend hours doing this. Okay, dedicate at least an hour, maybe 2, every single day to doing this, and you will start to get results. Don't get impatient with how long it takes. Again, like. So for the project that I did, that I had to get a certain amount of backlinks in 1 month, and I only just managed near the end of the month to get the quota that I guaranteed I could get. Okay. Now, following after that, in the next month to come, I was getting more responses from the emails that I sent. So, as long as you send the emails out and follow up on them every now and then, they'll eventually respond. So never consider them a closed lead. But yeah, you need to dedicate some serious time into this. So with this, all right, we're going to start our email campaign. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna go with herbs. All right, so we're looking for high DA websites that will possibly offer us a backlink. Okay, so we're going to go in the herbal niche. So as you can see here, health.com. Okay, health.com could be a pretty good niche if you are in the herbal space. All right. Their DA. See, I'm using link metrics. No, that's not true. I'm using Moz. Yeah, okay. I'm using Moz to. It's got this extension. Right. The extension I'm using are Keywords Everywhere and SEO Meta. Okay, those are the 2 extensions you'll need to have my to have your screen looking like this with some SEO data. Okay, so yeah, you can see the DA. Now this is according to Moz, is 87, right, for this. So this is a credible site, and as you can see, just for best herbs, which is a strange keyword, but probably a really good one. They are on the first page. They are second place. So this is a great place to start. So what you do is you just go onto them, you take a look at their site, as you can see here, and you scroll all the way down to the, oh, there it is. Okay, so if you can, all right, there should be a way to find their email that doesn't require going on to, because you want to build this by hand. Contact. Okay, there you go. So contact at health. So these are two emails. This is probably the one that I go for right here. So copy email address, right? And I'm just going to create an email for them. It looks like I already have. All right, so to contact at health.com. Now the subject, I'm just going to use this. So for this, And I'll save. This isn't the one that I actually normally use, so feel free to take this. I'll leave this for you, although expect for it not to work after a while. Usually, when people leave scripts out in the open like this, usually they get burned pretty quickly. So good luck with that. If you choose to use it, I will be leaving it for you. All right. So hi. I've been looking over your site. Great stuff. Just wondering what your backlink rates are. Let me know if you're interested. Thanks. Now, there are so many better ways to do this. Again, this is a very, very generic script, which is why I'm leaving it, to be frank. Nah, that's terrible. Okay, there we go. Right, so probably in this, if you have the extra time to do it. Now, if you're sending, I don't know, 100 of these a day, if you're a very, very active person, if you're sending 100 of these a day, maybe you don't have time to personalize them, but you will get better results if you do. So there's two techniques that you can use to get the best results, and that is either personalize them to a high degree to make the reader feel seen, or to throw spaghetti at a wall and see what sticks. Okay. So it's either a numbers game or a quality game. If you do both, you'll probably get the best results. But again, it's all about the work that you want to put in. So I'm going to take a look at what they've got to say. BMI is outdated. Here's why your waist to hip ratio is better indicator of your health. Great. Okay. So maybe you would say something like, I've always thought BMI was inaccurate to gauging health. Right, so for gauging health, okay. So just a little bit of personalized information there, right? And you just click send. Now, if you're doing this properly, sorry, that's not for now. If you're doing this properly, what you'll be doing, oh, that's absolutely something I should do. Let's go back to my sent, which is mostly going to be backlink outreach. So here we go. Right. You want to keep a record of this because again, one of the most important parts of this is actually follow-ups. Okay. You're not actually, most responses come through follow-ups. Okay. So don't just send an email and forget about it. Okay. So which is why I've offered you this. Okay. Again, this would take you 30 seconds to do, but if you just want to get the ball rolling, here you are. You're welcome. Right, the DA was 87. Now, it's important to keep a record of this, especially if you're doing it for a client, because it's nice for them to know exactly what your what value your backlinks have. Speaking of, so yeah, before I get onto that, so if you are sending a lot of these, perhaps you wouldn't just have clicked, maybe you wouldn't click send on right away at the first one. Maybe you'd collect as many of these as you could onto the same email and sent them out, although you wouldn't be able to personalize the email as well if you did it like that. Which is, so you could just use this script and send them out to as many email addresses as you can, all in one click, sure. Or you could do it how I did it, and that is I personalized it just a little bit. So what you should be doing is you should be finding as many of these as possible. Sometimes you'll have, if you're lucky, you'll have an email address. Other times you'll have a contact form. I like to go with email addresses. I do use contact forms, but I like to go with email addresses because it means, again, I can follow up, and that is so important for this, right? So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to fill out this sheet, and it'll look like this. And this, here you go. This is empty, but you'll fill that out. In fact, why don't I why don't I create this as well for you? Just a little bit of extra value. So here you will sent. Right, now once that changes, you can either, how I did it is if it bounces or if they're not interested, I turn this whole row red. If they are interested, again, this is more if you have a client than anything else. If you're doing this for yourself, you'll remember which ones are interested and which ones are not. So that's how I do that. Right. So what I just did is how you would do it by yourself. And again, it'll take hours. It'll take hours upon hours upon hours to fill this sheet out and to contact all of them and to follow them up. So if you're going to do it that way, good luck. I have done it that way before. It is effective. You just need to put the time and effort in, which is, again, why people hire folks like me to do it. On the other side of things, if you have a budget for something like this, right, the best thing you could do is get yourself a subscription to instantly.ai or to hunter.io or both, right? So so hunter.io, real quick. I'm not going to create an account for them because you need a work email, and I don't want to put my work email out there right now. Basically what hunter.io does is it finds people, it basically finds emails for you. Okay. So a lot of the time, if you've paid someone to send you emails, that's what they've done. They've just scoured through hunter.io. And that's when you get something like this, okay? And it's not always great, okay? This is the problem with hiring someone to do this for you, is look how many of these emails were irrelevant, okay? Obviously, the more you pay someone, the more effective the work should be. But yeah, there's always a risk that they'll just go on hunter.io and without even thinking, without even using their brain, just finding as many email addresses as they can. I didn't show you, but a lot of those email addresses, a lot of those websites weren't even that great of a DA. So be careful with that. Do it yourself then. Get hunter.io and it'll help you fill out the sheet much faster. All right. There's also Instantly. Now, the way Instantly works, right, is you can create a campaign, right? You can create a campaign and with this campaign, you can, as you can see, it's basically for email campaigning, but it works just as well for a backlink outreach. What you do is you import the leads that you have, that you've collected here, if you don't want to send the emails yourself, and you import them all into Instantly, and you create an email sequence. Get rid of, again, the problem with this is that you can't be well, there are ways that Instantly has to offer you, that Instantly offers you to have a more personalized touch. And I'll go over those in a moment. But yeah, what you do is create that. You can add variants, so you can A/B test the letters. You can add steps. Now, this is the follow-up part. Now, this is what's so great about Instantly, is that it will do the follow-ups for you, okay? Still. Now, I wouldn't be that, I wouldn't respond like that, but I wouldn't be that crass, but that's how you'd do it. Right, so now, and you can, okay, so 1 day, and then in 2 days. Okay, so There you go. This one is sent, and then 4 days later, this one is sent, and then maybe 5 days later, this one is sent. That's how that works, all right? And you can schedule it. You can schedule it so you can send the emails and avoid the weekends. Although I've noticed that a lot of business owners and a lot of people are active on Sundays and not on Fridays, because people tend to check out on Fridays and not want to check their emails and then they panic on Sunday about Monday. So this is a good way to do it. And then of course you can do the time over when your emails are being sent. And of course, there's some smaller notes, daily limit of the amount of emails that you're sending. You can pump those numbers right up, although it will obviously matter on how many leads you have. And once you've activated the campaign, you will be able to see the analytics here. It'll tell you, it'll tell you how many of the emails have been opened. If you put a link in there, which I really suggest you don't, then it will show you how many, and it will show you how many have replied. It'll show that in here, right? Obviously, I've not done anything with this, but yeah, it'll show you. It'll put them in pretty little boxes, and so it'll organize it for you. And so all of the emails will show up here. Again, yes, you'll need to connect your email to Instantly in order to do that, in order to do all of this. But it's very easy, and it warms up your email for you. Now, here's what's cool. So Instantly has a lead finder. It costs extra, but it's not overly fantastic for what we're about to do. But basically, you can find CEOs, and you can find CEOs in, there you go, in different industries. So, for instance, maybe manufacturing or retail. You can find different industries, sizes of the companies, and it will basically, that's interesting. No results found. Let me just cut out the industry. That's why. Because I haven't paid for this. Basically, what this will do is it will filter it out for you, and it'll filter out everything for you, and it will it will give you email addresses to put into your campaign. Okay. And your campaign will sit here, and it will just churn emails away for you, and you can kind of cut back on a lot of the time that way. Now, of course, you could also just get an SEO to do this for you for an extra cost. Backlink prices, they used to be a little bit here and there back in the day. But now they're all about $100 for a backlink. So keep that in mind. It's one of the reasons why a lot of people like to do this themselves, right? They already know that they're going to be paying $100 per backlink. So why hire someone to do that for you? Well, I'll tell you why. Because this takes hours. A lot of websites don't even have appropriate contact information, or it's outdated, or they're not interested in giving you a backlink. You got to contact so many people, and so that's why this stuff is often outsourced. But again, expect there to be a budget. Even if you're doing it yourself, you will have to still buy the backlink from the domain, from the website. Alternatively, if you already have a pretty decent website yourself, you can maybe offer up a link exchange where you place one of your backlinks on their site and they place one of their backlinks on your site. That's a really good way to go around it. I've done that a couple times. You'll have to write a guest post, make it nice. They're doing this it's a mutually beneficial arrangement. So, don't make an AI guest post. Write the guest post yourself or hire a writer. $15 to $20 for a 500-word article with a link in it is way cheaper than a $100 backlink and no effort. So, Again, I'll put this. I'm going to wipe all this out, but I will put this, for as little worth as it is, I will put this in my description so you guys have a very, very basic spreadsheet to work with, to make a copy of. Again, you could just do this yourself, but this is more incentive to just get going right away. Okay. All right. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.